Yo, what's happening, guys? It's TOG Gamer, and welcome back to another video. So, today in this video, we're going to be doing something different, something actually kind of interesting, and something I've been thinking about for a long time. Sorry if I sound sick. I have like a cold or something. I don't know how I have a cold in June, but I do. So, we all know Tranzit, right? It's a different type of map, to say the least. There is a very well-known topic about Tranzit that the zombies community kind of knows, and it's kind of like a myth in general. It's bus route B. So, a lot of people are going to be like, they're either going to say bus route B is fake and it doesn't exist because it's not coded into the game, and a lot of people are going to say that bus route B is actually real, and it's a real thing because you can see it in spawn in the like bulletin type board off to the right. That's I'm gonna ignore that because I honestly don't think Treyarch thought about putting like Easter eggs in the spawn on the bulletin board, because I think that's kind of dumb. But I do think there is actually a bus route B, and my evidence for this is when you're playing Tranzit and you go from the bus depot to the diner. When you're driving down through the tunnel, Ted takes a left, but when he takes this left, he says something. He says like,
Error, global position, navigation error, maintain current course, implement automatic course upgrade protocol.
He says, error, global positioning system, navigation error, continuing current course. And that's my reasoning why I think we're actually on bus route B when we're playing Tranzit. The entirety of Tranzit is bus route B except the beginning. So when you first get on the bus in spawn, Ted, he'll greet you. He'll be like, "Welcome to the bus," or whatever. He'll greet you when you get on the bus.
Welcome aboard. Please secure all personal belongings and take your seat. Now departing for the House Research Station.
And he also says, now departing for the Harper Research Station. And for those of you who don't know, the Harper Research Station is actually a Broken Arrow facility. Broken Arrow was like an American group that was created to study Element 115 and all that good stuff. So, the bus that Ted is driving is basically a bus to take people to the Broken Arrow facility. But I also think it wasn't just that. I think Ted also would take people he was just like a normal transit bus as well, but he also, took people to the Broken Arrow facility. My reasoning for this is because obviously he does say departing for the Harper Research Station, but after he says like global positioning system error, he will periodically say, if you look to your left, you'll see the Great Slay Lake, or we're now passing the islands of Hawaii or something. And I think that's because, the islands of Hawaii thing is kind of dumb because it's in the fucking ocean, but that's the reason I think Ted was also would just take people around the country. I have a screenshot here, as you can see. This is this is from a video that's titled Transit Without Fog by, I think his name is like Nikki the Game Show or something. I'll put the link in the description of the video I got this screenshot from. And as you can see, this is the area where Ted turns off the road and says local positioning error, maintaining current course. Now, it looks kind of normal, but if you look, you can see this is like a highway or an interstate or whatever, and you can see the road is actually blocked off. Now, this is the reason I say we're actually on bus route B when we're playing Tranzit, because if that area wasn't blocked, I think Ted would have just kept going on this road and would have went to the Harper Research Facility. Because if you really think about it, why would Ted be going in the loop we go in Tranzit if he's trying to get to a research facility? He's literally just going in a loop. It doesn't make any sense. Plus, the loop he's going in is like going through a small town and stuff. It literally makes no sense. That's the reason I say this is the road he was originally going to take in his original route, which, let's say it's bus route A. That was the route he was originally going to be taking to go to the Harper Research Facility. But because of the rockets that hit the Earth and Moon, his navigation system got messed up, and he took the left, and that's bus route B, for example. He took the left and went through the transit loop, and like he just kept going straight, I guess. Like well, not straight, but he just kept going because his GPS system was all jacked up and he didn't know where else to go. Now, obviously, people could also argue the fact that he's just, the route he's going on is just because of gameplay. His only reason he's going on this route is because it's literally just to play Transit. But I think that's false because, people will obviously find minute details in Treyarch maps and Zombies maps and say, oh, this has to mean something. Or a lot of people say, dude, it doesn't mean anything, it's just in the game. But Treyarch most of the things, like 99% of the things in Treyarch maps can be explained by, radios or other things in other maps. But it can always be explained somehow. And a lot of people will just say for this, oh, it's just a gameplay feature. But no, there's a story here. Ted would have kept driving forward if that beanbag wasn't there, if that roadblock wasn't there. Because, like I said, it literally makes no sense for him just to go into this random town and just, start driving around. You could also say that Ted didn't keep going on his route because his GPS system got messed up and he just took a left and then just kept going on that dirt road and was just going through the town because it was just the pre-programmed course he would go on if his navigation system got messed up. And I think that's actually true because unless he actually was trying to get somewhere, he wouldn't be going in a loop. He would actually try to find a road that actually goes somewhere, if that makes sense. Because, like he said at the beginning, he's trying to get to the HARP research station. So to get there, he wouldn't just be going in a loop. Now, obviously, I realize he goes in the loop just because it's Transit. I 100% get that. But like I said, the reason Transit takes place is because the reason Transit is a map, and the reason it takes place is because after the rockets came down from Moon, Dr. Maxis, after Dr. Maxis died and was infused with the technology, he went down to Earth and had remaining survivors activate a polarization device so that he could, or activate multiple rather, so that he could reach the ether and be with Samantha.
What has occurred cannot be undone. However, I realize the calculations were made in haste and could potentially threaten the entire globe. That was not the intent. I considered a possible plan B should this occur, but this plan would consist of creating global polarization devices that would... It appears I have difficulty speaking. Devices when the power... Shut the power... me...
So, when you're playing Transit, that's the main Easter egg, is to activate the tower. The Easter egg's literally called Tower of Babel. So, yeah. Your goal is to activate the tower, which is a polarization device, so that Maxis can be one step closer to reaching, not Agartha, the ether. So that's literally the whole reason that Transit takes place, and the whole reason that the Victus crew is there. Some more evidence to back up the fact that Ted was actually going on bus route B in Transit is when you play the map, when you play Nuketown, when you play Nuketown Zombies, after round, I think it's like 5 or 6 or 7-ish, you can hear the bus honking from Transit. You can hear the bus honk. And I don't know if you guys know this, but Nuketown Zombies is actually a Broken Arrow facility itself. So when Broken Arrow was experimenting with 115, they ran out, I guess, or they didn't have enough supplies. So they started drilling next to the Nuketown testing facility to access more element 115. But something happened, and the drill detonated and caused a nuclear explosion. That's why Nuketown is the way it is, all blown up and stuff. I originally thought it was what I originally thought Nuketown was obviously just a gameplay map, and I also thought that because when you play it in Black Ops 1 at the end of each match, you can see the nuke dropping and it all explodes. I thought that's what originally it was. It was after you played a match in Black Ops 1, the nuke exploded, and then zombies started infesting the place or something. That's what I originally thought, but no, there was a drill that exploded, and cause Nuketown to happen. I mean, it shows it in the loading screen, but I didn't ever pay attention to that as when I was younger. But yeah, if you look off into the distance, you can actually see the actual Broken Arrow, I guess you can say monitoring facility. You can see that where they would look at the drill to see if it's working, I guess, or just take notes or whatever. It's just a Broken Arrow facility in the background. But you can hear Ted honking. I'm not gonna 100% say it's Ted because it also could just be another bus, but I guess it's safe to say it's actually Ted. There's also a little bit more evidence to suggest that this is where Ted was going. When you're in the loading screen, when you're about to play Transit or Nuketown, they're not very far apart. Like the actual icons themselves, aren't crazy far apart. That's because they both because Transit takes place in Washington, and Nuketown takes place in Nevada. I think. I'm pretty sure it takes place in Nevada. That's not that far away. I mean, realistically it is, but for like a long bus ride, that's not really that far. I mean, going from the U.S. to Canada is pretty far, but Nevada to Washington, that's not that far. So that's where I think Ted was actually originally trying to go, was the HARP research station. And keep in mind, Nuketown takes place before it takes place at the same time as Moon. So Ted was actually he was a normal bus driver before he got all destroyed and stuff. So I'm pretty sure he was going the route he was supposed to take to the HARP research facility. And I think that facility at the back of Nuketown is actually the HARP research facility. Because it wouldn't, think about it. Why else would we hear the Green Run bus honk if it wasn't significant? They wouldn't just throw in a random honk, just, it'd be funny. Yeah, we're just throwing the random honk. No, it's all, everything that Treyarch does is explained. Well, like I said, 99% of it is explained. This is another theory I also thought about why Ted goes off into goes off to the left or takes bus route B, I guess you could say. Remember Maxis is a thing, okay? And he can interfere and control electronic devices. That's why whenever you build a turbine, which is an electronic device, you can hear him talk to you. Or whenever you're in Die-Rise, you can hear him talking through the monitors at spawn. Or when you're in Buried, you can hear him talking through that big generator-looking thing in the middle. I don't really know what it is, but it's obviously something that produces electricity. So I wonder if Maxis found a way to somehow control Ted and change his programming somehow so that he goes on the route that we go in Transit. Because I find it kind of weird that he would just randomly decide to go off to the left. Because if his global positioning system was messed up because of the rockets that hit the Earth during Moon, he would have been messed up regardless. Or he would have, his system would have messed up when the rockets hit. It wouldn't just mess up when, he's driving along this road and he's like, oh, okay, my GPS system ain't working, so I'm going to go to the left. To me, that doesn't really make sense. So I also wonder if Maxis is controlling him and taking the Victus crew to where they need to go to fix the polarization tower. I think that would make sense. To me, that would make sense. Some final parts for the end. When you're at the bus station, if obviously you have to watch the guy's video in the description about the Transit with no fog. There's also a way you can go to the right. There's a road you can go to the right. Obviously, it's blocked off because, it's Transit. You're not actually supposed to go that way. It's blocked off. But before the world was destroyed, I think that's also another road that Ted could have gone, and I think that's also the road he should have gone. Maybe not. Maybe I could be wrong with this stuff, but personally, I think that everything else in Transit, besides the bus depot, is connected, and it's just part of a small town. Because town itself, the actual map town, is relatively small, and I think it's just one of those random little small towns you find if you go into the countryside of random states or something. I don't know. It's just a little small town, but the bus station is for literally everything around there. Broken Arrow, employees or people that wanted to go to the town, I guess, or literally it's used for anything. So yeah, that is my theory of Bus Route B and the whole story behind it. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. It would help me out a lot. What do you guys think? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Sorry I sounded dumb in this video because I don't know how I got sick in June. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and peace out.